It'll eat you up if you don't? Yeah. I don't want to be that person, though. I hate doing that shit, man. I really do. God, I don't even feel like playing this game, bro. God. Damn. Let's just try Bloodborne one more time. I do not feel like playing Dark Souls 2 at all on any level. Yeah, I died right now. I got surrounded by fucking werewolves and died, basically. We died 4 times already. We haven't gotten a single run today. But this is what I was talking about before we started this run. There'll be days where I literally won't get a single run at all. And then there'll be a day where I'll get like 5 runs. And then it'll just happen and happen and happen. And then we'll fucking die like 15 times. Alright, we'll see you right now, Jane. I guess I'm kind of disappointed. Like, I'm gonna be real with you. Like, I am disappointed with my life. I think that's a normal thing, though. I think some people just end up in this position where they've kind of been in a funnel most of their life, and they have to live in accordance to what their families want for them. You know what I mean? And granted, I didn't have the best upbringing, and life hasn't always been kind or easy for me, right? But that's not an excuse for me not to live my life to the fullest. I spent 30 years of my life living a fucking lie. Like, just completely not being brave enough to exist the way that I truly should have existed for the longest time. And I feel like I let myself down in that regard. And I think life is very short and precious, and people don't realize how short it is until people you love pass or you yourself pass. You know what I mean? I'm disappointed with choices I've made in the past, and there are regrets. Like, lots of regrets that I have in my own life. But I think that's mostly why I feel the way I do sometimes. And I've had a good year so far, and it's been, you know, bittersweet to some extent, because a lot of people won't necessarily accept and, like, understand a lot of the stuff that's currently happening in my life, because they've known me to pretend to be this person I haven't been for a very long time. So it ends up being this thing where it's just, do I risk, you know, subduing my own personality for the sake of other people's comfort, or do I end up just completely owning everything I am? And in my opinion, I think it's more brave to own those things than it is to fake and pretend to be someone you're not. And it's made me uncomfortable the majority of my life, like not knowing, not figuring certain things out, not being a part of those things, you know what I mean? That I should have been a part of a long time ago. If you have no regrets, it's because you're a narcissist, so be glad you have them. Yeah. I agree. I don't know. I don't know. I don't really have many people to talk to in my life. My dad doesn't understand at all. Like, he doesn't get it. I love my dad. He's not a bad person. But it's just like, changing ships, doing this thing, you know, differently than I've done in the past, and becoming more comfortable with myself is not something I really ever thought would be a thing in my life. And until recently, I wondered why not. You know what I mean? Why the fuck can't I be more comfortable with myself? Why do I have to live in accordance to what other people want me to do? Why do I have to make sacrifices that make me unhappy and make me not want to be alive anymore? And I know I'm not the only one that feels that way, because the thing is, if you've been in a relationship you're trapped in, if you were in abusive situations, you know exactly what I'm talking about. I'm not talking out of my ass. You've been in certain circumstances and situations in your life that make you fucking uncomfortable, and you've been there because it makes other people comfortable. Because it's good for them and it's not good for you, but you don't care because as long as they're smiling, you don't give a shit about yourself. But that's not healthy. That's not the thing to do. It really isn't, in my opinion. The thing is I think we can live our best versions of our lives as long as we choose to make those sacrifices. And the people that will accept you for certain things will fucking come around and love you no matter what, right? But, like, if you've been in a relationship with somebody and you're, like, at the end of your rope and you've been fighting for years and all this stuff and you have a lot of fucking caring for this person and all this other shit, I mean, you kind of lose yourself in that relationship. You kind of become a person that is no longer who you are and more who they want you to be, and it ends up just fucking shit up. You know what I mean? I had developmental problems growing up. I didn't know who I was. I was abused. I had all this shit going on. I missed a bunch of stages of development, and fuck, dude. And I still don't even know who the fuck I am. I don't even know what's going on with me most of the time, and it confuses the shit out of me. But, like, at this point in my life, I should probably be better off than I ever have in my life in general. I'm good at Dark Souls. I'm not gonna lie, I'm pretty damn good at these video games. I'm not terrible at them. I've done a lot of really crazy shit in these games. That's why a lot of people watch. You know what I mean? Which I'm grateful for, and I feel blessed. I love that I get love for it and all this other crap, and it's just, life's fucking uncomfortable, man. You know what I mean? It's not fun a lot of the time. It really isn't. And it's selfish as fuck for me to say this, but it's the truth. I don't want to live some mediocre bullshit life. I don't. I don't want to live in accordance to what society tells me to do. I don't want to fucking live this life where I'm like, oh, well, I got better buckle down, get a job at fucking Home Depot, and like live a shit life with barely paying my bills and all this other crap. I don't want to do that. If I'm going to be broke as shit, which I am broke as shit, I'm going to do it on my terms. Fuck what society tells me to do. For real, like, I'm over that shit, dude. Like, even the stigma with fucking being a gamer, man. You know what I mean? The stigma with being a gamer. Like, people don't believe that you can be an adult and play video games. For whatever damn reason. They think it's a waste of fucking time. You know what I mean? Time and effort and all this other shit, and it's just like, you just don't get, either you get it or you don't get it. I've had a lot of people go like, "Oh, this is what you do? You just play video games all day and people give you money to do that?" And I mean, but when are you going to get a real job? Live for the now. I like that. I like that, Sean. A lot, actually. People pay you for that? That's what you do for a living? You play video games? Like, yeah, dude. That's what I do. And then people, if you're like, you try to get into romantic situations, there are people that literally do not understand gaming. When are you going to get a real job? When are you going to stop dragging your feet and get a real job? It's like, dude, this is a job. This is like world-class chess, motherfucker. Don't you understand that? What's up, Wade? Welcome. You know those pots, though, man? I don't know if you've seen this shit. Fucking... Like League of Legends, dude, those pots are insane, bro. Have you seen how much they actually win at those tournaments? The League of Legends tournaments? They're fucking insane, bro. The team houses and shit and the sponsorships and all that crap, dude, holy fuck. It's insane, dude, like how much cash you could make fucking playing League of Legends. And CSGO and shit, man, fuck, dude, like, yeah. You can make some money doing that. Okay, so you can't dodge directly into that. Which is weird, actually. Okay, and you can't parry that for whatever reason. That takes a specific type of parry there. I think it's like in the second thrust. Mr. Beast, he makes videos and is a multi-billionaire. Started as a game streamer, I believe. If it keeps a roof over your head. Mr. Beast is a very specific case, though. You gotta understand, I watch a lot of, like, the history of certain streamers and whatnot. Mr. Beast had a group of friends that were like-minded that basically came together to create a situation where they could create a lot of, like, revenue on purpose. They basically had a think tank for making popular videos. And, like, what thumbnails worked and all this other shit. So they became this research group for, like, months. And then what they did was they tackled how they were going to approach marketing Mr. Beast in the first place. So, like, with Mr. Beast, it's a circumstance of how, like, he thought about a project that they created together. Mr. Beast is actually not just one person. Mr. Beast is a group of people that created Mr. Beast persona. So, the main guy that is Mr. Beast is still Mr. Beast, of course, but yeah, they did a lot of shit, Jackson. You're not wrong, yeah. Gear back. Yeah, the thing about Mr. Beast is that like when he was younger and the videos were different, like there was a different mentality with how that business was ran.
Damn, son, where'd you find this?
Kind of a fan of the way they did it, very guerrilla, but at the same time extremely focused and professional, which is rare as fuck to find in a group of individuals like that. You know what I mean? It's
Damn,
kind of
son,
cool, though.
where'd you
It's just
find this?
nowadays it's a very different thing for Mr. Beast. Mr. Beast is a completely different person, basically. I was also watching this really interesting documentary about Vincent Van Gogh, or Vincent Van Gogh, excuse me, not Goff. I can't call him that because people get all weird about it. But they were talking about Vincent Van Gogh basically didn't commit suicide, and they had proof that he was actually murdered by accident. And I know what you mean, like murdered by accident, right? No, it was like manslaughter, basically. He didn't actually shoot himself. They've proven this. He didn't actually shoot himself. He actually was shot by accident. By, I guess, kids that were playing with a handgun out in the middle of the fucking middle of nowhere while he was painting. It's kind of interesting to think about. And basically, he swallowed the fucking fact that he got shot to spare those kids from going to prison, basically. But yeah, I just thought that was interesting because, like, they made him seem like this doomed, like, artist, you know? Because he was a doomed artist. He was batshit crazy. I mean, he was notorious for how nuts he was, but he was also a very kind person, also. So it's kind of a weird mix with that guy. You know what I mean? The only game you haven't played yet. I mean, if I can actually pull off a no death run today, that would be nice. Because I don't want to be behind so early in the run. You know what I mean? Catching up's the worst part. Especially since we have to be 60 in. Okay. Alright. We made it this far, at least. No, like, I don't know. These games are good. I'm still playing them. We still have fucking 600 runs to do. I'm burnt out as shit on running these games. I really am burnt out. I do not feel like running this game at all right now. But we can make the best of it. You know what I mean? So I'm kind of tired. I mean, I am, dude. I am tired of these video games. We have a lot to go, though. We still have a lot to do. Like a shit ton to do still. 600 more runs, basically. Birds in Burnt Ivory King DLC, is it possible to beat Burnt Ivory King with the help from the Knights? Yeah, it's possible. Do I recommend it? Probably not, but don't forget the frigid outskirts, Todd. That's all I'm going to say. A lot of people don't even realize that's there, so that's the best area in the game, dude. You can't play it on PC, no. You can't. They're at the point where they're trying to emulate it, but they can't get it emulated yet. You can't play Bloodborne on PC yet. Not yet. I mean, it's not just for Demon Souls if you get it for Bloodborne. That's a good reason to get it, just altogether, dude. It's a really good reason to get it. You know what I mean? There's definitely nothing wrong with doing it that way. Doobie 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 doo. Really, I have to restart the whole game? Whatever. Did you see that Bloodborne cart got fucked? They fucked up Bloodborne cart. Sony was so pissed off about Bloodborne cart they made him change the name. Did all this shit and bring the game down itself. Wait a minute, I have the blood. There we go. I mean, I haven't played it in a long time, so yeah, I stopped playing it.
Damn, son, where'd you find this?
Can we talk about positive shit, guys? Come on. Is there a reason to live now? Probably not. I don't even know what Red Plumber is, Wade. No, we wouldn't be able to use Mario Brothers music because it's copyrighted. Not just copyright, we're streaming on YouTube as well, so they would freak the fuck out as well. Yeah, YouTube is way more stringent with shit than Facebook is even, which is surprising, honestly. Yeah, we're dual streaming right now. Do. Anybody bored with Bloodborne yet? Anybody bored? We love Bloodborne. Bloodborne's good, man. Yeah, it's a good game. I don't even know what's going on in Texas, bro. I don't watch the news, so I don't even know what's going on in Texas. I heard like they're closing the border or some shit. I can't remember. Something to that effect, right? Okay, well, you need to move the fuck out of the way, you old bitch. Seriously. Federal versus state standoff? Jesus, that sounds rough. I mean, Texas has been trying to secede from the United States for years now, though. Does that really surprise you? And I have a friend that lives in Texas. He's one of those afraid people we were talking about earlier. %90 of it's filler. It's true. It really is, yeah. Well, I didn't bring any blood with me, which is bad. Whatever, I guess. Oops, I didn't mean to do that either. I hit the wrong button. God damn it, Elden Ring. What's up, Harvey? How's it going, man? Welcome to the stream, buddy. Sweet. Stupid cunt! Get off me. Bunch of civilians are driving Texas to protest the federal government's involvement. What channel is covering this? CNN overseas stuff again? I don't know. Stuff on X and online. I can't get over the fact that it's called X. Like, it just sounds so stupid with that name, bro. It does sound fucking stupid as hell with that name. I still call it Twitter. It's fucking Twitter, yeah. I don't know. The name X is dumb. It's a dumbass name for it. X is worse, yeah. I've never been on Twitter. I think I got banned as soon as I started using Twitter a long time ago when I first picked it up. And then literally the same day I got banned for, I don't know what reason. Making an account or something even. And then I went back and then I saw it was X and I tried to revive my account and it wouldn't let me. And I'm like, okay, well, I guess I was just never meant to be on here anyways. Remember we tried to do an Arcane NG Plus run in this game and it just failed miserably? Because Arcane is trash in this game. Really? Really? Rapier's the best weapon in the game for early game. No, we're not gonna. I don't have time for DLC, bro. I gotta do 2 runs today. You guys know this is No Death February, right? The run we're currently pulling right now. Everybody knows that. You're all in accordance with that concept of what that means. I don't need to explain that to anybody, right? What's after this run? A No Death Run. And you know what's after that run? A No Death Run. And you know what's after that run? Another No Death Run. Did you know what's after that? Can you guess what's after that run? I'll give you a couple of minutes to try to figure that one out, guys. What's after that run? Not sure yet, man. Not sure. What's after that? Okay. Do you think we can make it to 400 No Death Runs by Tuesday? You think we can do that, guys? You think we're going to make it to 400 No Death Runs by Tuesday? You think that's possible? I think Ray is think you're loco. What? Ray is think you're loco. ¿Cómo? What? I think you're local. I was like, how did you... What are you writing there, Jose? I mean, why do you think I'm so bored with the game and I start talking about really stupid shit? It's because I've literally done almost 400 motherfucking no death runs, bro. That's the reason why. My brain is starting to degrade. It's melting. It's turning into a goddamn vegetable soup of sorts. There's nothing left in my brain but no death, basically. Oh, I'm so tired of this run, man. I cannot wait till we're done with it, dude. Like, I really cannot wait till we've done 1,000 no death runs, and then I literally don't ever have to pick up this shit again, bro. Like, if I really don't want to, I never have to do another no death run after 1,000. I mean, I'm probably gonna die a lot more than that, Henry. More than likely, gravity's gonna kill me another 1,000 times before I even finish this run. So, it's not much. It's not much different than it's been for the last 5 years, dude. That's like saying I'm gonna fail a run, because yeah, you're right, because I've done it already, like a bunch of times already. I don't need to worry about that. That's gonna happen. There's just no doubt about it.
Damn, son, where'd you find this?
You also gotta remember, and I've said this before, I failed more runs than people have even attempted, so that's one thing you gotta remember. You're nothing if you're not persistent, that's for sure. That's for sure, baby. Calm down there, buckaroo. Jesus, I'll murder you soon enough, I swear. Looks fun. It's really good, man. This game's amazing. I can't read.
Damn, son, where'd you
A
find
life
this?
goal? No, this is just the current goal that I have in my life, Sean. The current goal is to get to 1,000 no death runs by the end of next year. Or by the midpoint of next year. Basically. The other goals I will have after this will be much more difficult than this current goal. This term. So the whole point of goals is doing a difficult goal and then doing a more difficult goal after escalation-wise, you know what I mean? Basically. It's gotta escalate, man. It can't get easier. It's gotta get harder. You know? I don't really consider it a pure, per se, no death run running at NG+. I think it's too easy to do NG+, but that's my opinion. It doesn't mean that I haven't done a lot of NG+ no death runs. I just think it's more impressive to do it NG because you have to gather all the shit. Like, it's more pure to do it from scratch, basically, is my opinion. As opposed to doing it like, oh, I'm just gonna do it NG+. Because I don't find that impressive. NG plus runs are much easier than NG runs. And if you're starting your first no death run, you should definitely be doing it NG, not NG plus. At least in my opinion, you should be. I don't know if that's the case, though. Sturm, you gotta understand this. You can overlevel in NG+. And have a character set up for NG+ leveling specifically. You know what I mean? So I don't know if I agree with that. You also gotta think that getting the gear is half of literally the run. And you're much more squishy and shit the first NG as opposed to the second NG, because you can have all these buffs like Lake and Great Lake and shit. You know what I mean? That will reduce the amount of damage you can take in this game. It's the same with armor sets in Dark Souls. Like in Dark Souls 2, for instance, you can upgrade armor sets and make yourself more tanky, basically. So I don't necessarily think that that's the case. I think it just depends on what the setup is. You know what I mean? Well, like, for instance, there's a cheese that you can do with Lawrence, right? With the bow. You know that bow you get in this game? That special weapon that... In the transformed state, it's actually a bow. If you use that bow against Lawrence, he's just easy as fuck to kill. You know what I mean? But getting that bow and upgrading it would mean NG+, basically. You know what I mean? If you want a standard weapon that's already fully upgraded. Like, if you know the cheeses already, and you have already the cheeses set up, then the game isn't as difficult as it possibly could be, which is, of course, based on skill set, of course, but still, you know what I mean? You don't know how to cheese yet. They barely stagger you yet. That's why I said it depends on the speed. Because a lot of no death runs, or at least most no death runs, the rules are no glitches. No boundary breaks. You know, no AI bug outs or any of that stuff. You're supposed to play it pure all the way through, right? The more impressive no death runs are always the NG ones, because of the fact that you have to gather everything, you have to build a character, you have to create the build from scratch. The ones that are the easiest to pull off are the NG plus runs, and it doesn't mean that they're not difficult, but they can be easier than NG runs. Because you could have, like, soft caps all leveled up, you know what I mean? You don't have to worry about grinding anything. But when you're an NG plus, you're a lot more squishy, so I mean... You know what I mean? You won't get the best armor sets right away. Like, you have to at least be semi-decently skilled to pull off an NG no death run. Unless, of course, it's a broken-ass weapon, you know, but even then that takes time to get to. You know, in every game that you play. You know what I mean? But, I mean, finding a fucking broken-ass weapon in the beginning of a Souls game is kind of hard. You have to know what to look for, you have to be skilled enough to understand what you're going to be using and what you're not going to be using. So there's a lot of factors that are involved in no death runs that people don't even realize or think about. It just looks like a person's running through the game and they're just grabbing things or they're just fighting bosses or whatever. But it's not usually that simple. There's a method to that madness, usually. You know what I mean? So it just appears a certain way and it's actually a different way a lot of the time. And you've known this if you watched me play the game. You know what I mean? And then you've gone and you've tried the stuff after watching me do it, and then you realize that maybe it's not as easy as it seems to be. You know, when I'm playing the game or whatever. And you're like, well, okay. Like, why does this seem more difficult than the way that Ray makes it look? And I'm not, saying that you're bad at the game or anything. But there's a reason why I play the game the way I do. And I know what my strengths and weaknesses are and why I do certain things in a certain order. And everybody has their own flow. You know what I mean? So the way I'll play the game will be different than the way someone else plays the game. But that doesn't frustrate me. It frustrates a lot of other people, though. People get frustrated when you don't play the game the way they want you to play the game. You know what I mean? Basically, God damn it, bro, really. And the reason why they get frustrated is because they have a very specific way that they play the game, which is understandable. But when you try out the strategies that I use, that's also dependent on your skill level and why I'm doing the certain things. And I have a way that I'm actually doing the things I'm trying to do in the first place. You know what I mean? Like right now we're currently in the gathering phase of the second part of the game. You know what I mean? The gathering phase has to be able to build up to the second tier in the final part of the game, basically. So I have to go ahead and navigate these terrible hallways in a specific way so that I don't necessarily end up dying, so that I can upgrade my weapon enough to finish the game. You didn't necessarily have to play this way, mind you. You can basically beat the whole entire game with probably a +7 weapon. But I don't choose to do that because I favor damage as opposed to low damage, especially on something that's as ridiculous as a fucking No Death Run, you know what I mean? You could do low damage, I've done it before, but it's not really worth it, in my opinion. You also gotta understand this isn't the safest possible way to do it either. The only reason why I play the game like Bloodborne this way that I'm currently playing it is because I realize where the AI baits like specific attack patterns, what's gonna get me through certain little windows so I don't get harmed. You know what I mean? It looks like I'm just running, but like right there when I stopped to get the fucking the healing items, right? It looks like I was just running through there and I wasn't paying attention to what I was doing. I was just grabbing healing items. But if you look at the wall, there's a specific spot where that werewolf is at, right? And what happens is, I'll explain it after I kill these dogs real quick. Like, I don't walk out here because these dogs are going to kill me. So what I'll do is I'll bait these guys, right? I'll bait one after the other. And I could literally kill him through the wall right here if I wanted to. If he shows up that way, right? Alright, so what I was saying is that there's a werewolf while I was running up, right? This werewolf was like coming this way and he was walking like this, right? The other dude's behind me, he's over here shooting at me, right? So what it is that I see that wall, there's the healing items right against that wall, right? We'll say that, right? But I know that when I get to this point, what's going to happen is the werewolf's going to turn around and pounce on me, right? But what I've noticed is that when I go this far and I hug the wall right here, and I grab these items, when he pounces, he will land right here. So I know for a fact that if I stand in this spot right here, he's not going to hit me. And it looks like I'm just grabbing shit, right? But I'm not just grabbing shit. I'm standing in a very specific spot so I don't fucking get hit, basically. And everything like that, even like all of the running I was just doing right now, that's what that is. It's me knowing exactly where to stand and where not to get hit and all this other crap. And like, the only thing that will train you for that is by running the fucking route, quite literally. Like, this guy right here is going to attack here. I'm going to move this way. See that? See that? Like, I mean, unless you know where he's going to go, you're not going to be able to pull that off. But I do know where to go. And it's because I've failed and, you know, done this and done that and gone to this place and gone to that place and done this other shit. So many times playing these games. So often that I know exactly where to stand, where the attack pattern is going to be. You know what I mean? Like, where they're going to be aggressive. How far the distance they're going to actually attack in the first place. How to bait distance based on who's attacking me. And how to get away from certain attacks that other people wouldn't understand how to get away from. So, I mean, it looks easy when you're presenting, like, this run. But when you try to do it yourself and you don't understand the attack patterns or where people are going or what things are happening, then it's a completely different beast. You know what I mean? And that's the thing about it. Just because I don't kill all the enemies doesn't mean I can't kill all the enemies. It's just it's a giant waste of time to kill all the enemies. That's another thing. I used to have a lot of people that would come into chat and they'd be like, oh, well, why aren't you going to kill every enemy along the way? I bet that's way harder than the way you're doing it. And it's like, I mean, not really. It just takes more time. It would be annoying, and I've done that a couple other runs. Obviously, you've seen me do the all bosses run. You know what I mean? In Elden Ring, like, I can do that. It's just, if there's no point to doing it, then why the fuck would I do it? There's literally no point in doing it. The best way to fight is without fighting, in my opinion. If you can use distance and advantage based on the way you think and the way you route through a certain area, it's more important than killing every enemy along the way. So it's about using your brain, man, not using your weapon, you know? Not all fights are won with weapons, so... That nerd gave you too much trouble? Yeah, he's a piece of shit, dude. Fuck that guy. Yeah, usually it would make sense to fight him before Sturm, especially if you get captured and brought to the Yargul Chapel. It makes a lot of sense to do that. Plus, it leads to a shortcut, you know, so... Like right here, it may not look like anything. Watch, I'm gonna skip the first lady, watch. See, I skipped this first lady. Why do I skip her, right? I attack this lady right here, right? And then I attack this lady right here. But I leave the first lady. Right? And then I attack this lady, the first one. Right? But I don't attack the middle lady yet. Why? Why do I do it this way? Does anybody know why I do it this way? Did you see what he just did right now? See how I left that lady for the last one? Look what happens when we pop right out here. See? I don't know if you understand what's going on there. I always attack the ladies in the same succession. The reason why I always attack the ladies in the same succession is because it's a hitless strat. I didn't get the hitless this time, but honestly, most of the time it will leave me hitless when I go through this area. The detail is that the fact that the first lady that he will attack because you're going after her, number one. Number two, the second lady that I leave open, the reason why I leave her open is because the first thing he does is he swipes above. So I don't want to go after the lady in the middle because he's going to hit me and I'm probably either going to fall off or I'm going to die instantly, basically. If I was doing hitless anyways. When I come back and I kill the last lady, the one that I left, is because as soon as I kill that last lady, what happens is he charges up and does the AoE. What I want him to do is I want him to be stationary for exactly a certain amount of time so that I can get up to him and be able to start attacking him before he starts attacking me. Which will allow me the time to buff at the same time that I'm able to walk up to him and actually attack him in the first place. There you go. And all it does is look like I'm killing certain people and not killing other people, quite literally. It's weird as fuck. There's a lot of shit to remember all the time when you're running a no death run or whatever run you're doing professionally. Like right now, we're gonna go up here. I'm pretty sure I have enough, what's it called? I have enough stones more than likely, because I've been grabbing extra stones this time lately. But I'm just gonna make sure real quick, and I'll show you. So I have 6, I think I need 8 total, right? The bloodstone chunks or whatever. So I always pick this shit up every time that I run through the Forbidden Woods. This blue elixir makes you invisible for a short period of time. The reason why I pick it up is for 2 reasons. To go through Bergenworth without fighting the hunter. And the other reason is because right here in this spot I can pick up 3 extra fucking chunks. And the way that I'm going to do that is so that this guy right here, this monster, doesn't see me. If I'm not using that, he will chase after me. And he can actually 3-shot me even with fucking 40 vigor. And it will allow me the time to actually attack this humanity or whatever it's called in this game. Madness. Or whatever, and I will be able to pick up 3 stone chunks from that guy. Okay? I have 1 left and I can use it later, I can use it earlier, doesn't matter. You can get this if you want to, but I don't usually choose to do that. But I can take this now, and these monsters won't see me when I pick up this extra healing item here. So that means I can run past these guys over here and they won't necessarily start attacking me outright at first. This guy actually will kill you on a run if you're not careful about how he actually attacks you. See what I mean? As long as I'm using the invisible blue stuff, then he won't necessarily see me right away. It'll allow me to get away from him, and he won't be able to see me for a long distance, and he won't chase after me later on, so I can grab this other chunk if I need it, which I really don't now. Which is in this corner over here. And then, of course, over here, we're going to go this way and then go off the stairs right here. The reason why we do this is because of the big spiders. Will kill you pretty easily if you're running through, so you have to be careful. That's why I tend to go that way as opposed to going straight down the middle. This guy right here is hard to dodge. He's not easy to dodge at all, so you have to be very careful with him, and he hits fucking hard as shit. See, he does hit hard as fuck if you're not careful. The reason why I go down and get the shortcut isn't because I want the shortcut. The reason why I go down and get the shortcut is because I want to lose the aggro that he's providing. There's literally no other reason for me to go down here but that reason alone. Okay? Now, I could have used the blue elixir over here in order to escape these ladies or whatever that have the giant hatchets. Which is a better use of the way to do it as opposed to grabbing the healing items because they don't really benefit you all that much if you already have a bunch of them, which I do. And there's a beast blood pallet over here that I need to grab as well. Only one, though, by itself in the corner for whatever reason. These guys won't attack you unless you start attacking them, which is not a good idea because they hit motherfucking hard as well. There is actually a pitfall here that you can't see right away that I'm going to avoid by walking sideways over here. Okay? Now this part is the hard part, because they will kill you instantly if you're not careful here. See that? Look at that damage. Look at how much damage I incurred just by getting smacked. Did you see that? If you don't have 40 vigor there, you will die instantly. They will kill you. That's why I leveled to 40 vigor usually. I do it for PvP reasons. It's a good reason to do it. So we're not going to end up getting the actual stone, the bloodstone. Because we don't really need more than a +9 weapon to beat the game, pretty much. But we will use this extra blood gem because it's actually pretty damn good. And I think this one's better, yeah. You could pick up the one if you wanted from gas coins area if you really want to do all that. It's really up to you, honestly. But personally, I don't really need it. And then we're ready to fight Mikolash Cage. Dude, the game is dead too. Yeah, I tried it too, Harvey, dude. We got one summon. We got summoned once. That was it, dude. I was trying to PvP and all this other crap. Nah. It was dead as fuck, dude. Yeah, I agree. It was really dead. It's an hour and 30 minutes into Bloodborne, and we're basically at the last two bosses for the main story. Currently. Okay, so Mikolash sucks. There's ways to bait him to go the right direction. I don't really know how to do that. I don't pretend to either. I think hugging the wall has something to do with it. I'm not sure if it does or not, but I don't think it fucking does. I think there's a way to do it. I haven't learned it. A speedrun strat to get him to go exactly where you want him to go real fast, but I just let him run around in circles basically till he tires himself out. Okay, so he's gonna start walking down that way. That guy's AI is weird. So we're gonna bring this guy over here. Because he's gonna attack us if we don't bring him over here. Just gonna bring him to the bottom of the stairs so he despawns, basically. So I'm gonna kill him here. Okay. He's gone, right? There's gonna be one other dude over here. And I'm gonna bring this guy to the bottom of the staircase too. Because we don't want him around when we're fighting this guy. And sometimes they do just repopulate and come back. But whatever. Also, going in that room is actually the worst idea you can do when you're fighting him in the first phase. So don't do that if you can. Avoid it, man. You know what I mean? It's not fucking worth it. Dude, there's so many motherfuckers here. Don't go that way. Go this way. Alright, cool. Okay, so we killed these guys. Now he's gonna act real weird when we walk up. We want to approach from the center, like this. See how he's stuck? And we want him to come out here. So we're gonna walk back. We don't want him in that room. That's a bad idea. And we're gonna bring him out to the main hallway. We're just gonna sidestep him the whole time. That's it. Literally. Now I'm gonna set up my goddamn poison knives. Because second phase is far worse. You can grab that shit, but it's kind of dangerous. It's probably easier to grab it than I make it out to be, but... Now we have the same problem. Mikolash can be running in circles again. And he goes directly for the spot, which is rare. Okay? Now, this is the easiest way to kill the second phase. You wait for him to go down there, you throw 2 poison knives at him, and you just stand here. And he doesn't know what to do. He's dying. He just stays there. I'm gonna get some more vape. I'll be right back. Okay, so the whole plan for getting these poison knives is very specific, and you may have missed it while I was routing this out, like when I was running through the game. There's a spot in the Forbidden Woods. You go behind the actual, like, I think it's like a fucking lighthouse or something, and there's a beast back there with a rake, okay? You kill him, you go upstairs, there's like 6 poison knives up there. And then you go to the edge where that other beast guy, the NPC is. And there's like 4 other ones back there, okay? So the literal only reason why I climbed to the top of the goddamn lighthouse at all is just to get 11 poison knives. There's no other reason why I go that way. You could get the cannon, you could sell the cannon for like 11,000 souls or whatever to beef yourself up if you're not using the cum dungeon, which I did use the cum dungeon, and I don't really give a fuck. I have no shame in that. I've done enough without the cum dungeon in this game to not give a fuck if I use it anymore. But legitimately, as I'm running through the Forbidden Forest, I have it all routed out already. I already know how many fucking dual, twin, whatever bloodstones I need to upgrade my weapon with. I leveled my skill on purpose to do a higher amount of critical damage. This weapon scales with both skill and strength, so I mean, there's really no reason for me not to do that. And, like, you could go in there and fight them and, you know, man up, as everybody else would say, but cowards die pretty... I mean, cowards don't usually die. Let's put it that way. It's better to be safe than sorry, really. If you want to man up and do all that on your own, then do that all on your own. I'm not doing that shit. I will kill him in the cheesiest fashion imaginable because he's a cheesy-ass motherfucking boss in the first place. I have no shame in that at all. And then we're ready for the last boss, quite literally. There's no reason to not be ready for the last boss. We have a +9 weapon, we have a bunch of fire paper, we have a bunch of heals, we have a lot of shit going on here. We could hit that, we could go home, we could get all of our heals back, but we really don't need them. There's no reason to go back. You could go get the blood rock if you wanted it. I don't need it. It's not really going to add that much damage comparatively. No, I'm not going to platinum any game unless it's a no death run, Steven. I have never platinumed a single video game, bro. Still to this day. Are you gonna play? Oh, no, yeah, of course. I have early access to it, Steven, actually. Early access to Phantom Blade Zero. Yeah, it looks pretty good, man. I agree. Wow. Really? That's rare. Well, that's not good. Excuse me, sir. What are you fucking doing? You're not getting with the program, bitch. Come on, let's do this. Okay, I gotta rush, because he's against the wall. Like, you don't want her to be against the wall. That's a bad time. Yeah, her against the wall is like the worst shit ever, dude. That was a terrible fight. But that's also the No Death Run. So, and why does this count as a No Death Run, guys? That's another thing I have to explain. Sometimes people don't understand the differences or why certain things happen. Why is this the end of the No Death Run for any percent? Does anybody know why? Do you have to kill Gurman to have a No Death Run in this game? Does anybody know? Do you have to do the final boss fight against Gurman in order to have a full-on No Death Run in this game? No. Why don't you need to kill Gurman? Because, I'll explain this. According to the community, when you die in the Gurman cutscene, it's basically has to do with the storyline. It's scripted. It's not of your own volition, it's not of your own doing. It's a way to finish the game. So, naturally, people would be like, well, you didn't really get a No Death Run because Gurman cut your head off.
Damn, son,
but
where'd you find this?
They're wrong, because according to the community, it's considered a No Death Run because it's not of your own fault. I've never platinumed a single video game or area, no. All right.